This is the Uptick Network Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Penny stock news and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly. This is Jason Blair filling in for Everett Jolly. Today we have a returning guest, Mr. Brian Sorrentino. He is the CEO for Syndication Incorporated. They're trading under the OTC pink sheets under the ticker symbol SYNJ. Brian, welcome back.
Yeah, well, it's great to be back. We're really excited to be able to have an opportunity to talk to you again.
So there's been a lot of developments coming up with the Archer program. First off, tell us a little bit about the Archer program and how our listeners can take advantage of this product.
Well, Archer is one of the only what we call forecasting indicators that we're aware of for day traders. Not that forecasting indication hasn't been around, but it's always been in the hands of institutions. This is one of the key differences between what day traders have had access to today and what Archer is all about. Is every indicator that comes out on whatever platform they're trading on is basically a historical based indicator, which means it's using historical trade activity, trades that have already taken place, and trying to give you a visionary understanding of what's about to happen in the future based on history. Now, a non-historical based trading indicator like Archer doesn't have any history. All it's doing is reading a set of criteria profile that is about to happen in the future and telling the trader where they should be in order to take advantage of the market move. That is what Archer is. It's a forecast indicator as opposed to everything else that's available out there, which is based on history and activity. Not that it's not important. I mean, I wouldn't know how to live without my SMA or my EMA or my MACD or my stochastic model. I wouldn't be able to live with that. That's all historical-based data. But being able to see a little bit into the future about what's about to happen would be suggested that if you had an opportunity to get to it, you should get to it.
Excellent. Now, recently, it looks like you guys struck an accord with TradeStation. Tell us about the new TradeStation App Store developer and the 100% subscription fee rebate agreement.
I didn't know you knew about that already. But this is fantastic information. We just signed an agreement with TradeStation, which is one of the largest that there is around. NinjaTrader, for instance, has a subscription base of about 50,000 subscribers. TradeStation is 250,000 subscribers. Wow. And now, not only that, there's another little bit of a limit here, and I don't mean to be a limit. I don't mean to say that because NinjaTrader is our partner and a fantastic partner at that. And we're not saying that we're switching. What we're doing is just simply adding this. And this has become a bit of an issue because actually Archer is attractive and being pursued by just about every major day trading platform that exists. Scottsdale, TD Ameritrade, of course TradeStation, Auction House, Trade King. All of the platforms are asking to bring Archer onto their platform for the use and to make it available to their subscribers. So what I mean is that they compete with one another, but we're not competing with one another. They compete, they are absolutely competing with one another, but the fact is we're going to be on all of them. So we're not competing. That has become a little bit of a sensitive area. We're working it out, and everybody is moving along because I think the value of having Archer on your platform as an indicator, a forecast indicator, which is something new to the day trader, is a real important thing to not only us, of course we're loving the fact that they like it, but the fact is they know that they would be doing a disservice to their own subscriber base if they didn't offer a forecast indicator that was usable for the day trader to their market base.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. I hear that you've upgraded to Archer to 2.1. How does this relate to the TradeStation platform?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you so much. Just a chance to talk about it. But yes, last month in May, we upgraded or released. We had been working on it a while. We released Archer 2.1. Now, this is why this is so important as it applies to the new arrangement with TradeStation, because Ninja doesn't do everything. Ninja does futures contract relationships. That's how you trade on Ninja Trader. If you want to trade Apple or Amazon or another equity that's specifically important to you for your portfolio, you wouldn't be able to do that on Ninja. But on TradeStation, you can. TradeStation trades everything. So if you are a subscriber to TradeStation, you'd be able to trade any other thing that you wanted to trade. Now, the 2.1 is an oscillator that allows the individual to trade specifics for himself, whether he wants to trade the TF, the Russell 2000, if he wants to trade the S&P 500, if he wants to trade Amazon, if he wants to trade Apple or Tesla. He can trade them all. The oscillator lets him adjust the Archer program so that it can fit to each one of those markets. Trouble is, it didn't make much sense to have it if all we could do was futures on Ninja.
Right.
Now we have TradeStation. All of a sudden, Archer isn't restricted to just futures. Now Archer can trade for an individual in any capacity that he needs to deal with as it comes to whatever specific stock that he's trading on.
That's exceptional. That sounds like it's just making the right moves, just allowing your customers to be able to effectively invest their portfolios however they want to manage it, and making your product the forefront of that ability to do so.
How exciting is that? I mean, to have these guys to even worry about talking about TradeStation because Ninja might hear about it. And that's a privilege to even be in that position, that both of the, two major corporations that are related to the trading industry, to the brokerage industry, are actually, I have to sit here and make sure that I do this properly. The challenge itself is a privilege.
It's like a stock trade love triangle, and your Archer is Kate Hudson, right?
Yes. Archer is really it is a game changer for day traders. That's the truth of this. I'm able to and anybody else that uses Archer is able to see where institutional money, large scale money, is sitting and lying in wait. We call it trades in wait. Is there trades in wait here? And we'll look at the price. And if Archer's got a target that's lit up there, it's telling you, yeah, there's about $800 million worth of contracts. I wouldn't go long.
Very good. My guest today is Brian Sorrentino. He is the CEO for Syndication Incorporated. They're trading under the OTC Pink Sheets under the ticker symbol SYNJ. Now, I hear that you were trying to give us an update on your listing agreement with the New York Stock Exchange. Can you give us a brief update on that?
Sure. This is some really nice stuff because we're steadily and step by step taking the measures to update our listing agreement with the NYSE. It's actually the MKT exchange. It's the old Alternex. But it was put together by the American Stock Exchange. Actually, New York Stock Exchange took a number of European exchanges, the old American Stock Exchange, combined them together and produced a new exchange called the MKT exchange. And that is specifically designed and put together for small cap companies like Syndication and something starting up, doing something new, and actually made all of the requirements really quite civil, if I might say that. That's that's a funky way to say it, but in actuality, we've met lately. Well, just recently, I've been able to get our independent auditors into an agreement to consider an upgrade of our Archer intellectual property valuation. Now, when we first did this, we actually issued $2.50 preferred share stock for the Archer technology, and we issued 2 million shares, which is a $5 million equity base. However, auditors being what auditors are, it said, look, you haven't even sold a share. This is back in August of last year. They said you haven't even sold a single. You haven't sold one program yet to anybody. So they said, listen, we'll give you $1 million valuation to start, but we will agree to increase it up to the $5 million you're asking for, pending certain things. Pending some certain developments. One of them being a key issue was sales. And over the last quarter and on year end, we've been able to meet that pretty nicely. So we think we got them up to a $3.5 million valuation, but we also have another event that's taken place, which is a write-down of the auditors are giving us a write-down of a convertible debenture that's been on our books actually since I would say since 2007, and it's about $500,000. It's a debenture that is basically under all of the rule of law forfeited. The company that actually issued the debt back then has been they've been dissolved. They have not made cry for payment for the last 7 years. This was a lending institution that basically did things a little bit funny, but it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is that we get that as well, because that's been dogging our equity number for years. We get that written off. That's $500K there, and an increase in stockholders' equity. You couple that with the $3.5 million in increase in the valuation of the Archer intellectual property, all of a sudden we're at $4 million in equity, which meets the NYSE MKT Tier 2 exchange listing shareholders' equity requirement. And if you look at the other requirements that are there, we've basically knocked them all but two out. We have one that's a $15 million total market valuation of the public float. And right now, all we need for that, based on our current capitalization, is a 0.003 price of stock, and we're there.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, actually, we're just knocking it out step by step by step, and we're kind of excited about this. I'm feeling like even the events that are taking place, though, are altogether making it more and more reasonable to expect that we'll meet these requirements. But it does have to do with setting up getting the registration done, setting up the offering, getting all the legal work done, everything that comes along with a real offering, and meeting, and getting on and doing all the auditing and everything that is required to settle with the fact that we're on the old Alternex exchange or the NYSE MKT. All of those things seem to be coming together at a focal point. And we're about there. We're getting there. We're real excited about it.
That is very exciting news. My guest today, again, is Brian Sorrentino. He is the CEO for Syndication Incorporated. They're trading under the OTC Pink Sheets under the ticker symbol SYNJ. Now, Brian, I know we're a little bit short on time here, but it looks like you guys just had yourself a webinar last week, and it turned out it was very successful. Tell us about the HotCom presentation and tell us about the good news.
Yeah, well, the HotCom presentation, we've done 3. This was our 3rd. The first 2, we were very raw. They were back on September 17th and October 8th of 2015. We didn't get anything. And remember, that was the very first attempt at even introducing Archer to the marketplace, and,
right,
and to even attempting to do sales. The amount of things that had to be done. The one thing that those 2 things did was make it very clear to us that we had a lot of work to do. but the point is, the packaging of the product and the finite changes that needed to be made to the sales program were highlighted by those 2 initial attempts at sales. And now we've 6 months later adjusted incredibly, and basically this time with the news and with things that are just starting to develop with the company. There's a buzz out there in the day trading world. We are ahead, it seems like. But it seems as if all of a sudden we've got a bit of a buzz in the right market. I'm not talking about those that are interested in buying stock, out of the trading market for a score on on an increase in stock valuation. I'm talking about day traders, and that's a very, very specific market. You need to find a way to interest them. That's a very captive audience.
Mm-hmm.
If you are able successfully to attract those kinds of persons and you get in, you pierce that marketplace, all of a sudden it's a buzz that spins through that whole place real fast. And that's what we all of a sudden saw. We gave a presentation this time, and there's been a bit of a buzz about the product, about forecast technology. And like I say, this technology has been around for institutions for a while. It's not that it hasn't been there. It's just that they have not been very gracious in allowing any day traders to get a hold of it. We were just a little shocked. I mean, we could not stay in front of this. They crashed the system. They crashed the system. We couldn't take orders fast enough from those in it. The presentation went very well, and a conversion ratio astonished not only us but those from HotCom. They were like, they've never seen anything like that. But, that was kind of exciting. Yes, we've doubled our subscription base in a day.
That's incredible.
And now I think that what's going on, if you even seen like today, that was last Thursday. This week here, we're looking at numbers now that are people in our room that we were going to have to do another room. We really can't attend all of them in just one room anymore. So we're looking at Alnovi and said, well, we got to do another room.
Very good. A lot of great news coming out of the Syndication Incorporated camp here. My guest today is Brian Sorrentino. He is the CEO for Syndication Incorporated. They trade under the OTC pink sheets under the ticker symbol SYNJ. Brian, it's been a pleasure to have you again on the show today. We hope to check back with you in a couple months and see how well Archer's doing for the world.
It was my pleasure, and thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to talk to you in the future.